What we're going to talk about today is how to get unstuck today. First things first, if you are watching this on the YouTubes, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button. Also the bell so you get notified whenever new videos come on. Not just because I give you gold and I help you, right? But also because you could win some stuff. And who the heck does not want that? I want free stuff all the time. And I don't even know where to put it anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. But I still want free stuff. And I'm pretty sure you're like me. So what you would do is you would You would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you comment on the YouTube videos. And then also just share the YouTube video. Tag me or my business page in it. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Once a week, we choose one person that wins something. Whenever we're talking about the concept of getting unstuck, we have to understand what's getting us stuck in the first place, obviously, or you cannot move away from that thing. So what typically gets us stuck is it has to do with pain and pleasure. The carrot or the whip, right? So whenever you're stuck in something, you feel like it doesn't weigh out. So what you're looking at is that the pain of doing that thing, your body doesn't want to go into a painful activity, not just a physically painful activity, but an activity that it doesn't want to do. It doesn't want to do something. So if you feel like you're going to get judgment for doing something, that's a painful activity. If you feel like people are going to make fun of you for doing something, that's a painful activity. If you feel like you will get made fun of, you will be looked down on, you will be mocked, you will be ridiculed, you will be criticized. Those are painful activities. And it doesn't matter whether those things would actually happen or not, it's your belief, right? If you believe that those things are going to happen to you, that is a painful activity for you. So a lot of times, whenever I talk to people about creating their businesses and things like that, what we have to move through is that first, and understanding that most of the world isn't paying attention to what you're doing. And it's okay. Because a lot of us, whenever we start doing stuff, we're like, oh my gosh, well, what is that? What are they going to say? What are they going to think about me? Where is this judgment going to come from? All of that stuff starts happening. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that. Right? Whenever you move into something, into a new version of yourself, into a better version of yourself, your subconscious is going to start throwing flags, right? Throwing flags. You're going to get all sorts of these painful responses that are like, don't do this, don't do this. You guys, I even had painful responses whenever I started using these new supplements, right? So I'm working with a doctor that's supplementing my body specifically. So I had some labs done. I had a blood panel, and then I also had a methylation lab, so a genetic lab as well. I'm getting precisely the supplements that my body needs, but then as soon as I start taking them, my body feels a little bit different. Of course it feels different. It's getting what it needs, right? But because it feels a little bit different and it's detoxing, my mind is like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? This is different. Why am I doing this? It's kind of freaking me out. I don't really know if I'm supposed to be doing this. All of it. Flags. Now, logically, I know that I'm supplementing my body with precisely what it needs. So here's where the unstuck happens. All right? So there's the pain of detox for me in just this example. There's the pain of detox, and then there's the pleasure point. There's the pleasure of me feeling good. There's the pleasure of me having an optimized body. That's what I know is coming. So when I feel the pain or the fear of oh my gosh, am I okay? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're detoxing, Martha. You're fine, right? But when I think of where I'm going and where I want to go, that mutes the pain. Does that make sense? It puts the pain in its place. So that stuff that I was feeling, and by the way, now it was the first day or two, okay? I'm totally fine now. In case everybody's like, but are you okay? I'm totally fine. And I love you guys so much. And I totally know you were thinking that, and I love you. But where I was going had to be more important to me. Are you guys getting this? Where I was going, you guys, had to be more important to me than this, this pain that was in my mind. So that to you might look like Are these people going to be making fun of me? What sort of judgment am I going to get from the world? Who does she think she is? Right? Things that you think people are going to say that they're really probably not even going to say. But you think they are, so it's real to you, so it doesn't matter if they're really going to say it or not. That kind of thing. That needs to be smaller than where you're going, the pleasure of where you're going. What are you doing in your life? What do you want to do? What do you want your family to be able to do because of this thing you're doing? What kind of life do you want to be living? What kind of impact do you want to have in the world? Because you're choosing focus. And if there's this pain thing over here where you're like, I'm scared, I don't have any credentials, I don't have any letters behind my name, I don't really know what I'm going to do, this is freaking me out. Or, because you can focus on that and then get paralyzed and quit like a lot of people do. Or, you can choose to focus on where you're going. There's the pain and there's the pleasure. The pleasure of where you're going has to be bigger, has to be focused on. You choose. Because if your subconscious is driving the bus, it's choosing this one. Okay? Left to its own devices, your body is going to choose this one. You have to choose this one. You have to say, okay, I get it. Also, I choose this. Right? So with me and going through the supplements, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Also logically, I'm like, yeah, I'm detoxing. It's fine. I choose this. I choose to be around for a long time. I choose to be healthy for my family. I choose to have high energy. I choose to feel good and to look good and all of that stuff. I choose this. So this doesn't matter. Does that make sense? That will get you unstuck today. But you have to be able to look it square in the eyes. You have to be able to look at your stuck point, right? So are you stuck in your business? Are you stuck in writing a blog post? Are you stuck in writing a book, right? Are you stuck in creating live videos? Which part do you feel stuck in today? Are you stuck in even creating the business? If you're stuck in that, what you need to look at is, what am I afraid of? And be honest with yourself. If we can't be honest with ourselves, we've got nothing, okay? No growth can happen if we can't be honest with ourselves. So what am I scared of? Where's the pain here that's keeping me stuck? Also, what do I really want out of this? Because you don't just want a business. You don't ever just want a business. You want what that business is going to be able to provide for you. You want what that business is going to be able to do for the world. Everybody's different, but you don't just want the business. It's never just about business. So what do you want from what you're creating? And if it's not business and it's something else completely, then so be it. What's the pain thing that's keeping you stuck? And what are you doing it for? What are you really doing it for? And maybe sometimes you're not really doing it for much, and so this can rear its ugly head, and maybe that's, you just need to look at what your priorities are and think, okay, well, let me find something that does excite me. Let me find something that does make me really get passionate and is the pleasure point, right? Let me find something like that. So that might be another thing that you discover today. No way is right or wrong. We're just getting you onto the right path. We're just getting you into the right place, right? Sound good? Does anybody have questions about that? If you do not know about the mastermind coming up in August, do make sure that you check it out, marthasmastermind.com. That is where you're going to get the details to it. That is where we speak life into and over your business. We are going to go through goal setting practices that you will get your goals done in the next 90 days. This is not a mastermind that you go to and you just watch. This is a mastermind that you go to, you do, and you leave with things done. And then a map for the next 90 days so you continue to get goals finished. That's what we're doing on the mastermind. If you are not yet in HBR, which is Home-Based Revolution, and I did not accidentally pick that name, it is a revolution. It's a revolution of our minds. It's a revolution of our hearts. It's a revolution of our missions and our ministries. You need to get in so we can get you going. Okay? The longer you wait, you're deferring your own impact in the world. You guys, time is the only thing we can never get back. If you're feeling it today, you need to do it today. Let's go. All right? Let's do this. What you do is you message my Facebook business page, Livin the Dream with Martha. You message me the words case study, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want to message me. We'll go through a couple questions. I'll give you the details of the program and you'll be in or out. Either way is completely up to you, and I'm not going to get weird about it. I'm not going to chase you around the internet. I'm not going to message you. If you want to come in, that's awesome, and I'm here to help you. If you don't want to, no big deal, but do understand you'll be back in 6 months. And then you'll say, I wish I did this before, because that's what happens. I love it. That's what happens. I see it all the time. So anyway, we slice it. It's half off today, okay?